Hello, hello. This is office hours for April 13th, 2023. How are you guys doing? What's going on?
We got a nice group today.
Yeah. Hey, Jesse. Good to see ya. Who's got questions and wants to kick us off? What is happening? How's your course building going? What do we got?
Hello, I have a question.
Hey, Pam.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Yeah, I had a question. So I created a coaching program for mental health, and I have 2 coaching calls with my clients a week, and I have a tracking journal for them with activity with an activity for each training. My question is, how do I use Xperiencify for my program?
Okay, so run that by me again, what the pieces are. And let me ask
The
you this
pieces
first.
are they have
Go ahead.
and there's 2 coaching calls a week.
Okay.
And we have 2 coaching calls a week together, and I have a tracking journal for them with an activity for each training.
Okay,
So yeah.
cool. So there's lots of options as far as how we can set things up. And I'll go ahead and give you a couple of suggestions. And by the way, if you guys haven't met Lauren, who's our manager of education, she's here too. And I'm going to invite her to jump in anytime she has input, and she may have input to this one. But you say you have a tracking doc with actions for them to do after each call. Is that right?
Actually, before the call, yeah.
Oh, before the call. Okay, cool. Even better. So
Yeah.
lots of options, but if you set the actions in the platform as actions for them to do, then they can go ahead and do the action, check it off, obviously get the points, the sound effect, throw in a celebration here and there if you want, make it fun. And then a simple way to do it is just to post the Zoom link. For example, if you're doing your training calls on Zoom, you can just post the Zoom link right there in the training. So it's super seamless for the student to go from the Xperiencify platform to be in the training. They check off the actions, click on the Zoom link, go into the coaching call. Once your coaching call is done, you'll just upload the replay. If you're doing it on Zoom, you'll export it as an MP4 and upload the replay to the platform. So they've got all of their material to live there. And if you want to, is that helpful? Or questions, thoughts about that?
No, that makes so much sense. I didn't even think about the replays and posting them on the platform.
Yeah, it's a great way to do it. And again, it can be really seamless because you've got the link for them to join the call right there. So they click, they go in. And then after, you might have an action that says like joined the live call or watched the replay. So regardless of whether they are there in real time or watch the replay, they check that off, they get points for that. And then as always, we suggest having just an action to put the learning into practice, something simple that they can do to actually put into practice what they just got and integrate it. And then they check that off. And then that's where their material lives. So they can go back and access it at any time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, does that feel helpful?
Yeah, that's actually awesome. I think I had one more question. And
yeah.
Okay, so I don't have any videos though, like for any of the training. Is that okay? Because I was just thinking of like on the training page to just have some text there, just explaining what the training is about and some facts about it, and that's okay?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay,
then
cool.
if you like, you can just upload the coaching call replay as the video if you want to do it that way. But yeah, it's completely
Oh,
fine
that's
to
cool.
not have a video in there in the beginning or at all. We encourage using video a lot because it tends to work really well, but it's a common question. You don't have to have a video for every training. So you got options for how to set it up. But yeah, you can absolutely put in
Okay, yeah, I was thinking,
training notes. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, like training notes or like an audio recording or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's various ways you can do
Something
that
like that.
too. You can either upload an MP3 recording as a resource, and then your students will be able to just download and have and keep the MP3. So that's one option. If you don't want them to be able to download it, you can also embed an audio player in your training notes. And with that option, they can go into the platform, they can click to play the audio training, but they can't actually download it. So depending if, you want to protect your work and be in consideration of that, but you can definitely
Oh,
add
okay,
audios.
that's okay. Wow. Oh my God, you give me so many ideas. Cool. Thank you
Cool.
so much.
You're so
So
welcome.
many
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about like the replays, and I know that's gonna help a lot.
Yeah, it's a
And
good way to do it. Go ahead.
yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna start working on that, on the text on the page, and then yeah, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So glad that helped, Pam.
Awesome.
Cool. All right. Who wants to go next? Who's got a question? Can go ahead and, yeah. Who's that? Kavita. Hi. Good to see ya.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. So this week has been my first week playing with a platform.
Yeah.
I knew
remember
it's
you just
something,
joined. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I signed up sometime earlier this year, but I didn't have the time and space until now. So I'm happy I'm diving in. I have a quick question on the concept of a waiting list. Like, how does that work with the platform? Like, if we wanted to have people sign up for something, but you don't want to release the course just yet. I'm not fully understanding how it works in the platform, so maybe if you can just share that with me.
For sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
Couple different options, partly depending on how much you have done. But one really great way to do it is to pre-sell the course and set up your homepage. Your homepage is going to look awesome. And on the homepage, you'd have things like a video saying welcome, reminding them why they're so excited to get to be in this course that's going to be starting soon. And then you can have pre-actions, or what we're calling standalone actions now, things for them to do to get going right away so that they can actually start getting the energy moving. And there's all kinds of ways you can frame this that, make it really exciting and build towards, hey, look at this cool thing coming. Here's what you can get started with right now, even though the material hasn't released yet. Give them stuff to do, get them engaged, give them points for doing the stuff, give them celebrations for doing the stuff. So they are active, they're in it. You could even throw a comments block on that first page if you want to invite them to say hello and start to get to know each other. So you're really building the fun of it, the whole experience, way, potentially before you have even got the material ready. As far as releasing the material, what you're going to do is just keep all of your trainings in draft mode until you're ready to see them. As long as a training is in draft mode, it is impossible for a student to see it. So you can, again, let them into the homepage of the course, have them there, get them excited, build your material. And, when training 1 is ready, then you release training 1 and you turn it to available, and so on. So you can absolutely be building the material as you go. This is a great way to do it because you're getting real-time feedback, obviously. You're answering questions from training 1 and training 2. It's going to feel super alive to them. You get it. And yeah, that's like a really cool way to pre-sell, get them in, get them going, release as you need. Other option,
Okay.
just to put it out there, is that you can certainly create a sales page, and you can do this directly in Xperiencify if you want, or of course you can do it somewhere else, but create a sales page and just have like a waitlist button that goes to your email list, or, you know, a special list that you've set up for notifying people as soon as it's ready. And then once it's ready, let them know, hey, early bird open now. Here's the link to grab it and get them signed up.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate that because it gives me perspective based on what I'm offering. You know, both of these suggestions are really helpful to see how to apply it based on the audience.
Cool.
So thank
Does that
you.
make sense? Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you
Yes.
asked that. Yeah, it's a common question. The other thing I want to just mention about that, and because people ask this a lot, the other thing to think about is on your homepage, you are going to be setting up your navigation menu at some point for your course. And it may have links to your all trainings page, to your bonuses page, to whatever you might have going on. But until you actually add the link to that top navigation menu, the students won't have a way to get there. So by default, I think it's got like home, all trainings, and bonuses, I forget. So if your all trainings and bonuses page aren't looking pretty yet, just take the links off. And that we already talked about how the trainings won't be available, but if there's no link, they can't go to the page anyway. So you have all the space to design without people seeing a work in progress.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate
Cool.
it.
Thanks, Kavita. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Awesome. What else?
So can I just ask about the sales page? So like you have to have the emails to be able to send anything out, but can you just have a link to that sales page to put somewhere else?
I think you asked Jesse, can you just have a link to the sales page to put somewhere else? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, for sure. So on your sales page, why don't I go ahead and just show you where this is? Let me just pull up a sample course here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. And to find your sales page, first thing we're going to do is go to step 4, customize your course pages. You'll see all the pages laid out here. And you'll say that we've created a default template for a sales page. And we're just going to click on that to edit it. And we've got blocks here, of course, where you'll put all your awesome info and links to go to your order form and all that. And then here's what you're going to do. Up here on the top, you're going to see page settings, and we're going to open that up. Really important to make sure to toggle on having the page publicly visible so that it's visible to a non-logged in user. And then right here, you're just going to copy that to grab the URL to your sales page. And then you can share that in an email or wherever you like.
So, can't think of what else I was going to say. Okay, thank you.
That makes sense, Jesse?
Yeah.
How to grab it?
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, great. And Lauren's just dropped the link into the comments on how to create a sales page.
Just in case it's helpful.
Yeah, thank you. All right, what else? Oh, I'm seeing a request to talk about new features. We have so many new features. Let me know what you guys want to hear about. And let me check also who else has questions. Who else has questions that we need to answer? And I can share about features. We've got lots. Features are literally coming out every week. So there's no specific list of things that I have, but we can definitely talk about things that are newer and you may not be as familiar with. But let me check in. Are there other questions about how to use the platform? How's it going with your courses? How are you guys doing? Is there anywhere you're getting stopped? Linda's saying no, you're good. Got it.
No, I'm just saying I don't have questions yet. I'm just starting.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I'll have a million questions next week. So
Cool. Cool.
thanks.
Right.
Hi, am I live?
You are live.
Tony?
Hey, Tony. How's it going?
How are you?
Doing good. Thank you.
I have a couple of questions. One technical, in my course, I have 6 modules and like 30, I call them lessons. But when we're designing the course, Xperiencify is changing lessons to trainings. And they're putting, what I'm trying to do is have consecutive lessons no matter what module it's in, and the program won't let me do that. So
Easy to change. Great question. And it's easy to change.
Yeah.
Do you want me to show you? Do you want to screen share and have me show you right in your account? Or do you want me to pull up?
Well, I've actually got a guy doing it for me.
Okay.
Is there any way you can leave instructions on how to do that, or can it be done? Is the first question.
Absolutely. Very, very simply. Yeah.
Oh,
Let me go ahead and go into a course. All right. So the thing to remember when you are adding your content and setting up your trainings or lessons, we want to remember that there are 2 places that we work in as far as setting this up. Step 3 is where you actually put in your individual trainings
Right.
or lessons. You probably know
Right.
this already. Step
That I
4
know.
is where you customize the layout of, for example, the all trainings page. So let's look at the all trainings page here. I don't have any lessons yet, so I'm going to go ahead and put in a module and a training to start us off. I'm going to set it to immediately because I want it to be available right away. Okay. So here I've got a module that I called module 1, a training I called training 1, a training I called training
Right.
2. I could title these anything I want, right?
Right, we did that, yeah, and then it changed when we,
Sorry, say that again, Tony?
we started calling them lessons, and then the program changed it back to the word training.
So I'm going to show you how to do that piece now.
Yeah, yeah.
So in the all trainings page,
Mhm.
just moving my screen. In the all trainings page, we've got a block here that holds the trainings. And what we can do is we can edit the content of this block by hovering over it and opening the data menu. And you'll see that what we've got here is tokens that are automatically populating the information from step 3. And we're calling them training by
Training, I
default.
see.
Right here,
Call it lesson.
we just changed the word lesson. And now what I would want to do is I would want to title my trainings in a way that makes sense. So let me go back to step 3. And you can just give this a title that is whatever you want to call it.
That would be like a lesson name, right?
Like a lesson name.
Uh-huh.
And now when we go in here, it's calling it lesson 1. Module 1, lesson 1, getting started.
Oh, I see, yeah. Okay,
Is that making sense?
that makes sense. I'll tell my programmer or my guy that, yeah, he's
Yeah,
doing it.
so you'll just tell them to edit the content block.
Okay, edit content block, okay.
And then change in the data menu. You're going to change the text from training to lesson. And this is all in step 4.
Step 4, yeah. Okay. Change text, okay, from training to text to lesson. Okay, then we can do that with each training, right? I mean, with each.
Well, you only have to do it once is the good news.
Oh,
Once you
Oh.
change the text right here, see that I only changed it once and it's automatically going to call
Yeah.
every training
but
lesson.
the other problem though is like when you go to module 2, it starts over instead of letting us consecutively number lessons. You see
So
what I mean?
I think I know what you're saying, but just say it again for me so I make sure.
Yeah, that when you it won't let us consecutively number lessons in each module. The sequence starts over of trainings or lessons. Like if you go to lesson or module 2, it won't say like lesson 4. It'll say like lesson 1.
Got it. In that case, here's the way you want to change that. Yep. So in that, you're going to want to put the number as part of the actual training. And in this case, if you want it to be numbered in a different way than Xperiencify is automatically doing it, then you will need to make a change on each one. But basically what you're going to do is if you don't want to use the pre-populated automated numbering system that we have, and I'm glad you asked this because this also applies to when people want to create like a module 0, like an intro module. and then they want the
Right.
second module to be module 1.
Right.
The way you would do that is by making the actual title of the training module 1, lesson 1, module 1, lesson 2. You're not even going to use these. What you're going to do instead of actually using the pre-populated module and training here is you're just going to make it say exactly what you want it to say in the training name. So now I'm going to call this module 1, lesson 1.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what's going to show up. And you're
Okay,
just not going to use the
okay,
tokens at all.
All right, change training names.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Rachel, but if you don't need to separate out your lessons into different modules, you could also just have all of your lessons under one module. So they'll
Totally.
say module
Totally.
1,
Yeah.
lesson consecutive.
Yeah.
If
Well,
you don't
I
need to
do
split
Good
them up.
point. Yeah.
I do want to break it into the modules, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's helpful.
Is that making sense?
It does.
Cool.
I have another question, but I don't want to take up all the time here. So do you want that one, or do you want to?
Why don't you
somebody
go ahead and
else?
shoot? It doesn't seem like we have tons of questions. I'm seeing a question about tagging and visibility. So we'll look at that next, but go ahead, Tony. What else do you have?
Well, I want to beta test we're about ready to be done with our program. And I've got a bunch of beta testers set up, which basically are people that will review the program and give feedback
Awesome.
based on, how they're experiencing it.
Yeah.
Is there an easy way to capture that feedback before we actually publish the program? Is there a format or any recommended questions to ask, or there must be a someone must have done this before, so it's easy to get feedback on the program.
Sure. You're looking for suggestions of questions to ask to get
How they
feedback.
could, how they reacted to it and everything, so we could modify things. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is going to be somewhat specific to your material and what the course is. Lauren, I don't know if you have suggestions on just general good questions, but I think it's really going to depend. What's your content, Tony? What's your course about?
Marriage improvement, how to repair a relationship, and
Cool.
yeah.
So I think a great thing is always to ask, as much as people want to share. Obviously, we're talking about personal stuff here, but getting specific results is always really, really helpful, especially both for testimonials that wouldn't necessarily have a name attached to them, and, for your own feedback and developing what results did they see? What shifts happened? What changed with their partner? What kinds of things?
Yeah, that kind of stuff is different from what I'm talking about. The process of doing the program kind of questions, like how did you like comments on the videos, or what I ask you to do, or getting your partner involved. It's like questions about the process more than the actual outcome.
I was going to say the questions that you ask them should align with what you want feedback on. So is it more the results of the course that they went through, or are you actually wanting them to tell you how easy it was to go through the platform?
Or their problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in my field, it's really hard to get people to do anything. I mean, so that's why I'm in Xperiencify, you find a way to keep motivation up, and they get people to do what they're supposed to improve their relationship. So I'm looking for feedback on how my ideas are working for them. That's probably too vague to.
I would make it a little bit more specific, but if it's more about, so there's either the results that you want feedback on, or the process of actually going through your course on Xperiencify. So depending on what feedback you want, the questions will be different. If it's more results, everything that Rachel just suggested, like how was it, did you get the other partner involved, etc. If it's more the course experience, it would be how easy was it navigating the platform, how easy was it to, or did it make sense to check off the actions, things like that. If you Google beta testing, like course feedback or e-learning feedback, you'll actually find a lot of pretty good suggestions and questions.
Excellent. That's extremely helpful. I never thought about doing that. Okay, beta testing questions. Yeah. Okay.
I Google everything.
Yeah, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Tony. And congratulations on getting this out there. It's cool.
Yeah,
Excited
it's
to
been
hear
a
how it
year in
goes.
development. This stuff, I didn't realize how long it took. I mean, to make it decent, a lot of work.
But once you've got it, you'll tweak a bit if you need, and it's done. You can keep running it, keep using it. So,
well, I'm very excited with Xperiencify because it gives me tools to actually get people involved in the process.
Totally.
Normal online programs don't do that in my field.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm very
Totally.
excited where we're to. Yeah.
Especially when it's for something kind of hard, like making big relationship changes. You need all the motivation you can get. You want to stack everything in your favor. So yeah, it's awesome. All right, cool. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for those questions. Definitely gonna help other people as well. All right, so from Rona saying we need more support in helping us set up tagging and visibility settings so that we can change which modules different students have access to inside of a course. Great. Okay, cool. So let me show you a couple of good things to know, and then you can let me know from there, Rona, what you need further help with. To make this, I'm going to add a couple more trainings just to make this easier to visualize. And I'm going to take them out of draft. All right. So Rona, I believe I remember your question from writing into the support desk. So let me go ahead and show you what, how I would set up what you were describing from what I'm remembering of your question. And you can go ahead and let me know from there what further questions you have and what you need. So first thing to know, of course, in step 3, you're adding all of your content. Here's one piece of the answer to your question, Rona. We have a feature coming in the future, which is going to allow you to show a specific training based on tag. That's not here yet. I don't have a date, but when that's available, that's going to be an easy way to do what you're trying to do. And for everybody, what Rona's trying to do is set up some trainings that are available to some students and some that are not, and have different groups of people seeing different things. So we've got all our trainings in step 3. We're going to go into step 4 and customize the all trainings page. Now, here's the thing to know. On the all trainings page, you can set up as many blocks as you want of training content, and you can decide exactly which blocks or which trainings are in each block. So what I want to do here is if I have a group of students that I only want to see lesson 1 and 2, and a different group of students that I want to see lesson 3 and 4, first I'm going to go over to this left-hand column and I'm going to add another training content block. So I've got 2 training content blocks. By default, they are set to show all the trainings, but I don't want that. I only want some of them to be visible. So what I can do is I can edit the content. And when I select which content to show in this box, I don't want to show all the trainings. I just want to show specific trainings. And I can choose exactly which ones. Now I'm going to select who this block is visible to by going to block visibility. And I'm going to want to only show it to people with a certain tag. I've already set up a tag in my account. So I'm just going to grab a random tag here to show you. Now this block is only shown to the students who have this tag. So that block is done. Now I need to set up the second block. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. But in this block, I want to show trainings 3 and 4. And I'm going to edit the block visibility of this one. And I'm going to show it to people with a different tag. I'm going to make sure to save all those changes. And now here's what I've got. When a student from group A lands on this page, they are only going to see this block. They're not even going to see the second one. They don't even know it's there. Student from group B lands on the page, they're only going to see this block. So I'm customizing exactly which trainings they get to see. And thank you, Lauren, for just dropping the doc, which goes through this step by step and shows you exactly what to do. So that doc is in the comments. Rona or anybody, any questions about that process?
Thank you, Rachel. I think I got it now.
Sorry, I just lost my screen. Who's talking? Is that Rona? Did you say you think you got it?
Yep. Thank
Awesome.
you so much. Such a big help.
Awesome. Good, good, good. Cool. What else? Let's see. I know we had somebody asking about looking at new features. Again, let me check in if there's any specific features that you particularly want to look at. Athena or anybody? Jesse's saying that was great. Yeah, thanks for these questions, guys, because other people are having them. So you are helping people. Leaderboards are not available yet, but what you can do is basically create your own leaderboard. I mean, just grab the data out of the student's back end, grab the points, and just make it public however you want, whether that's in your Facebook group or with an email saying, you know, look who's here now. So, you know, obviously the point of leaderboards is that motivation for, yeah, just getting people motivated by seeing what everybody else is doing. And it will be really cool to have something to easily do right in the platform. I agree. That's going to be great. But thank you. And Lauren just dropped a product roadmap. So that's fantastic.
I'm going to send out the release notes too, so everyone can see what we have coming up and everyone can see what we've already released. And the help articles are linked too, if we have any.
Fantastic. Like to assign students to teams and have team leaderboards. Cool. Yeah, yeah.
I have another question. My
Yeah,
question
who's
is
that?
about
Pam,
tokens.
hey.
Yeah,
ahead.
hello. I have a question about tokens. How do you set them up? How do I set them up so that in each email the client's name shows up automatically?
Great. Yeah. Okay. Go back to my course. All right, so we're going to set up the emails in step 5. We're going to open up step 5 and we're going to go to the experience engine. And let's just look at creating a new email. So you're going to click create new, create from scratch. First thing we have to do is set up what's triggering it. So let's say it's being triggered by a training completed. So we've added the trigger, and then we're going to actually create the email that's going to be sent when Module 1, Lesson 1 training is completed. So to write that email, we're going to click on the plus sign, click send email. This right here is just for you, but I really recommend titling this in a specific way, because if and when you're ever going back and looking at, like, did a student receive something or did this get sent? You want to have a specific name here so that you know exactly what this email is. If it's just generic, if you leave it, it'll just do like a date, and that's not super helpful when you're trying to figure out, did the student receive a specific email? So let's call this email training 1 completed, because it's the email they're going to get as soon as they've completed training 1. And to answer your question, Pam, the way you get tokens is by hitting the / key. So I'm just going to hit the / key, and I'm going to pull up the tokens menu, and then I'm going to click on first name. And I'm going to put in my title, and same thing in the body. You can pull up, again, hit the / key to pull up the menu, scroll down. In the email body, we've got lots more options. So you're going to need to scroll down to find the tokens. And then again, just click and put in their name. Send your message here. And this is also how you'll get their magic link, which, by the way, we recommend putting in every single email that you send your students. It's actually the biggest factor in students completing a course, is giving them their magic link every single email and making it super easy for them to hop back in. So you are, I'm not sure if I heard a question in the background, but I'll just show you. Find the token, find the magic link.
I have to create these tokens. No, are they already created?
Say it again.
Do I have to create these tokens, or are they already there? Like,
Already
all I
there.
have to do is press. Oh,
Already
okay,
there.
awesome.
Yeah. All you do is hit the / key and find the tokens menu. And then you'll see all these options. You've got first name, last name, course name. There's their magic link. So that is going to just populate their unique magic link. They can click directly in to get back into their course.
Okay, cool. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that help? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Other questions? You guys want to look at the forum real quick? Speaking of new features, remind a lot of this is still in progress, new stuff being built, but just notice that to get to the forum, you will click over here on the left-hand column. Your forum exists outside of your courses. So you can set up a forum space that is for just students of one course or for students of multiple courses. It's not contained within a specific course. So to give you the simple overview of how it works, we've got groups that you set up first. Within groups, you set up a space, and then within spaces, people post. So let me just go ahead and start from scratch. You'll see these little plus signs here, which I'll click on to create a group. And this is the important part right here, permissions. Who should be able to see this group? So are you setting this up for everybody, your entire student base? Or is it for the students of a particular course? Or is it for students with tags? So if you want to set it up for just the students of a particular course, you're going to select that. And you're going to choose a course and create the group. Once I have the group created, then you're going to hover over this little plus sign to create a new space in the group. Give it a name. Sometimes you might have a space that's connected to a particular training. And if so, you're going to scroll to it and select it. If it's not connected to a particular training, then you're going to leave that blank. Now that we have a space set up, now students can post to each other in this space. Check question here. Is this forum customizable? Like, can I change the header footer? Not at the moment. Down the road, I certainly expect so. But right now, we're still building out just all of the actual features for it, Sarah. So the nice to haves, like the customization and the, setting it up more exactly how you want will be down the road. I think I can speak pretty certainly that that'll happen. Lauren, is that your understanding best guess?
Yeah.
And thank you for popping the article in there. So yeah, not yet, but I would expect it in the future. What else we got? Questions? Things making sense?
Yes, so there is a CRM in there, isn't there? In the Xperiencify?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that, Jessie. Can you say it again?
Is there a CRM in the Xperiencify?
Is there a CRM in Xperiencify? Great question. In Xperiencify, you can send automated emails to your students. So students who have already signed up for a course with you, you have lots of options for automating an email. Thanks, Mariana. Good to see you. You have lots of options for sending an email based on, if student completed the first training, or if you want to make an announcement about your course to all your students, or you want to send out a broadcast email with the link to your next Zoom call. It's easy to do all of that in Xperiencify. What we don't do is send marketing emails to prospective students. So you would want to keep your outside CRM for that. Does that make sense?
Okay, so we've been given templates and like to other like funnels. So how do you use the Xperiencify stuff in those funnels then?
Sorry, I'm going to need the question one more time. I'm having a little trouble hearing.
So the other courses that I've been in, they have outside CRM and the templates and stuff that go in that. So how, like if you do a sales page in that in Xperiencify, how do you put that into the other funnel then?
So the question is, if you do a sales page in Xperiencify, how do you get that to your list that's in your outside CRM? Was that the question?
Well, if because the funnels, so it's to get them to respond, to get their details. So the details would go into the outside funnels, wouldn't they? And then somehow you'd have to get those. You'd have to have the link somehow to get that information over into Xperiencify once they signed up for a course or whatever.
I'm hearing a couple different things here. I'm not quite sure if I'm hearing the specific question. Let me give you a couple things and see if this is helpful. If you want to, if you are collecting data outside of Xperiencify and you want to add a group of students to a course, you can do a bulk upload and just add a file of names and emails and say this whole list of people should go into Jesse's course. So you can do that. You can also, you can use a tool called Zapier to allow your outside CRM and Xperiencify to talk to each other. So that might be part of the answer here, though I'm still not 100% clear on exactly what the situation was, but there's a tool called Zapier, which is basically how XP and other tools talk to each other. So to give a simple example of how Zapier works, you can set up a Zap so that if somebody purchases in an outside shopping cart, they automatically get added to your course in Xperiencify. That's just one example of the way that outside CRM and XP could connect. So that may be part of the answer here. Is this helping? Is this speaking to what you're trying to get at?
Yes. So like the emails, like you're talking about emails, so we're given templates. So if we do it, so I was thinking that if you sort of give some of the, like the education about what you're doing, if you create that, so you do a sales page and some of those pages that you're saying everyone can see, but that then has to go into the outside funnel, doesn't it, to be able to get those emails, and then you'd have to put them back into Xperiencify so they could see the content.
If
I think it would depend.
Go ahead.
It would depend on the funnels. It would depend on how you set up your funnels and what outside system you're working with. If you gather the students' registration details, like when they sign up on your like order form on Xperiencify, then all the information will be in Xperiencify, and you can use Zapier, I believe, to push that information into a different system for your marketing or communication funnel like MailChimp. If it's the other way around, if you're getting the information in your funnel from an outside system that's not Xperiencify, then you can do what Rachel said, use Zapier to push that information over into Xperiencify. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thanks. I just don't know what I should do that. Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Lauren. Thanks,
Yeah,
Jesse.
actually, Jesse, if you want to send me your email in the Zoom chat, you can change it from everyone to just Lauren Maynard. I'm happy to work with you over email and maybe take this off of support's plate for you, Rachel.
Awesome. Cool. Jesse, you want to pop your email over to Lauren and we'll get you taken care of. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Great questions. Couple more minutes. Any last burning questions as we wrap up? Guys feeling good about things? Feeling like it's making sense? Making progress? Yeah, Gustavo, go ahead and pop yourself off mute. Where'd you go?
Thank you. Can you hear me, right? Can you hear me
Yes.
fine?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. I'm working with a company based in North Carolina. outside of the United States. I'm working from Venezuela. However, I have a question about the organization, about the program that we are about to start. We have about 25 series that all those series have 10 video series. Plus, we want to add 10 training videos for each series. So my question is, which is the best way to organize them in Xperiencify?
I'm not totally sure if I caught that. You have a series. Lauren, did you catch the question? First, let me check with you. If you
No,
have.
I'm sorry. I was emailing Jesse.
Okay, sorry. Gustavo, I didn't catch the first part. You have a series of trainings. Can you just rephrase for me?
Okay. Let me try to figure out to show you something, or to say in a better way. I have a series. Okay, just a single series has 10 videos. Okay.
You got 10 videos. Okay.
Okay. And after those videos, we want to add as an extra content 10 training videos.
Okay.
Okay. But
Cool.
it's not related to the video series. It's an extra, it's a additional content.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So when I was exploring on Xperiencify about this, I was checking that I can create models. Okay, the model one, it would be the video series with the 10 videos, right?
Yeah, you could do that.
Now,
Yep.
now, how can I include those 10 training videos extras instead models?
So you have
Bonus content.
Yeah, bonus
think.
content would probably be the most obvious way that I'm thinking of. There's probably lots of ways you could set it up, but creating a bonus page that holds the bonus content would seem like it would make sense here. How does
As
that
a
sound?
bonus.
What's that?
As a bonus videos, bonus content.
Yeah, yeah. Would that work for you?
Well, actually, I was figuring out how it would be the best way to include those training videos, because if I create model one, for example, the art of meditation, and all those 10 videos between in the model one or the video series, I could create bonuses content into that model, or it would be an extra content in another way.
The bonus content would be separate from that module.
It would be separate.
Yeah.
Okay. And those bonuses can have those experience points or that kind of stuff in the same way as models, right?
The bonuses would have all the fun things like points and celebrations and sound effects. Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll still get the whole gamified experience, but it would just be housed in a different area of your course, and it would be clearly like a separate chunk of, here's some extra material for you, here's some extra bonus content.
Gustavo, do you want to add the 10 videos as part of your just training series? So you want 20 videos total, or do you want someone to have to complete the 10 videos and then get access to the additional videos?
Well, actually, those training videos is an extra content from the video series. I mean, the video series is the one that has the intended information for the customers.
Okay.
But extra, there are 10 training videos, not all of them is related to the series, but it's an extra content. It's like a Netflix, you know? You have a movie, but you have another movies that you can watch if you have any likes about any title, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, I would say the bonus content would be the preferable way to show related, but not specifically about what you're teaching.
And once I go through the customization of the page of the course, in this case, I can set the training, the video series one by one, or it will show all of them.
There is a next up training block that you can show on your home page, which we recommend using. And that's always going to show the student, regardless of where in the journey they are of the 10 videos, it'll always show them their next up video or two. You can choose if you want to show them just the next one or two or three. We recommend doing that because it's like they log in, every time they log in, they're on their home page and they see just what's next. It keeps them from being overwhelmed. They just go straight to that video. It's really simple. But you can also have an all trainings page, or whatever you want to call it, all lessons. And the student could also go to their navigation menu and click over to that page and see all the videos that are available. So the answer is both, if that makes sense. We recommend putting the next up training block on the home page so that they just always get just the next video or two. And also you can have a page where they can go if they need, in case they need to go back and watch one, or they need to access a different one for any reason.
I see. All right.
That makes
Got it.
sense?
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Gustavo. Thank you, everybody. Great questions. Thank you, Araceli. Thanks, Sheila. Thank you, everybody, for being here and sharing and asking the questions that are going to help everybody. Hope this was really helpful, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. And you guys know you can reach me on the support desk if you need anything, support@Xperiencify.com, or just drop a note in the chat widget inside your account, and that'll go right to us, and we will get your questions taken care of. Thanks, Kavita. Good to see you. Thanks, Gustavo. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Have a great afternoon or evening or morning, wherever in the world you are, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.